Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases. We're gonna chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced and sneak peeked, and I'm gonna let you know whether or not I'm interested in buying this, and I'm gonna try and talk myself out of most of these items, and then you can let me know whether or not you're interested in these things down in the comment. Remember, it's okay to disagree. We don't need to be angry with each other because we don't seem to like the same color of powders. We're fine. And before we jump into today's video, I do have a sponsorship on today's video, so let's roll that clip. Welcome to No Makeup Angie. This is just my skin. I just washed my face because we are going to be talking about today's sponsor, which is Dermatica. Dermatica is personalized skincare with very powerful prescription ingredients. And this is my very own personalized skincare little vial, and this one you cannot get. Can't get this one. This one is made specifically for me and specifically for my skin, but you can get your own personalized skincare at Dermatica and they will tailor it especially to your skin needs. And I've been using this one now for a couple of weeks and I can already tell that it's starting to just get rid of some old skin and I can see some new skin peeking through, and I'm super excited about where this is gonna head in the future, because if I'm already after just a couple of weeks seeing results and they're promising results within 8 to 12 weeks, I cannot wait to come back in the future and tell you even more about the journey that I'm having with this one. My personal formula is tretinoin 0.015% and niacinamide 4%. I'm very excited about this because when I did, you get this fully customized experience where they get to see pictures of your skin. Let me actually show you my before pictures of my skin. I have overall really nice skin. I've never had any problems with acne or like rosacea or anything like that, but they can help you with whatever skin concern you have: acne, acne scars and pigmentation, aging, pigmentation, melasma, rosacea, skin glow, whatever you feel like you need. And I particularly wanted to have something for like, I'm starting to get some like just loss of moisture or loss of like plumpness and a little bit of like, you can see the fine lines around my eyes. I wanted to have something for that. And they were asking me all of these questions in this questionnaire. And at the end, they were like, is there any ingredient or anything that you would like us to include? And I put tretinoin because I've heard so many good things about it. It is a multitasker that helps with fine lines. It helps with acne. And it also helps with like pigment spots. And I do have a little bit of that. It comes with age. But I'm really excited with this personalized form. I was able to send them pictures. I was able to talk about my skin type. I have combo oily, and about my age and my concern, and also like what would I like my skincare to do for me, because sometimes, you know, what society thinks should be a problem for us with our skin might not necessarily be something that we want to do anything about, which is perfectly fine. But then I got this one sent to me and they're also checking up with me. So even though this is my formula now, it can also change in the future. When my skin changes, it might change to different ingredients. It might change to a different formulation, which I also feel is really good because, you know, your skincare should be helping you where your skin is right now. And in this vial is a 4-week supply to be used once a day. I use it nighttime, and so far I've really been enjoying it. I've been seeing a little bit of results. Of course, it's only been a couple of weeks, but also I've had no irritation. I've had nothing like that. And sometimes when I've been using like retinol products, sometimes you get irritation. With this one, so far, nothing. And seeing a dermatologist and getting facials and getting your own personalized skincare routine is just not a viable solution or option for a lot of people out there. You might not have the finances, you might not have the time for that, and this way you can get personalized skincare from a dermatologist with prescription ingredients without actually having to pay that exorbitant amount of money or put in that amount of time to actually go see somebody. So this is just something that's perfect for my lifestyle, and I'm so excited to be talking about it with you as well. So if you also want to try out Dermatica, you can use the code Angelica and you will get your first month for only $4.99 and then 10% off on your second month as well. I cannot wait to come back and share more about my journey with this. I really feel like this was the extra boost that my skin needed to just make it, like, take it from good to great. And I am so excited about this sponsorship. And thank you again, Dermatica, for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. I am just thrilled to be sharing this journey with you all. If you want to read more about this, check the description box down below. I will put all the info down there in the beginning part of the description box, and let's get into the rest of the video. And I did film this look. This look is actually this month's member exclusive tutorial, which is going to be up hopefully, if everything goes to plan, it's going to be up this weekend. If you want to be part of my membership, just know that you can always join my membership. It is the button down below next to the subscription button. There's also a link in all of my videos if you want to join in, but if you don't want to, it's totally optional. Nothing changes on my channel if you don't join in. You just get more content. And also with my tier 2 and my tier 3 members, we do a monthly Zoom call, and that Zoom call is happening today. I have all the info in the community tab that you only can see if you are a member of tier 2 or tier 3. So if you join now, you can of course join for the Zoom call, a little after work that we're having today, and I'm super excited about it as well. But if you missed the community post and you are part of my membership, just know that it is happening tonight, and all the info is in the community tab. So I will link the things that I have on my face. I will put that in the pinned comment down below. I am actually wearing all 3 of my Hella palettes on my eyes. I'm very much enjoying this look. It's like a pinky orangey, almost like Halloweeny look, and I am a big fan. It feels very appropriate to the season. But let's scoochy and let's start. And the reason why I scooched to the side is so that we can fit some pictures here next to us. I wanted to let you know first about the Glamlite and Ghostface collection that is launching today on the Glamlite website. You can use my code Angelica and you can get 15% off at Glamlite. My package has had a little detour around the country. I will say I rarely get mails first here in Austin. I don't know what the reason is, but that's just the way it is. But if you want to see my take on it, I will have something up regarding that collection, and now we can see what it is. And I saw a lot of people being surprised that this was like a black and white gray palette, and what did you expect with Ghostface? Maybe I was just the one thinking that this will be their perfect chance to do a gray toned, just cool toned grayish palette going from white to black. This is exactly what I expected. With that being said, grays are not my favorite, so I already kind of knew when they announced this collab. I was like, oh, I don't think that this will be my type of color story, even though I really appreciate that they are doing collabs with franchises that people really seem to love. And I don't mind spooky or scary. What I don't like is jump scares. So that's why I rarely watch horror movies, because I just get so angry when I see jump scares. But I have actually seen all of the Scream movies, so I'm very familiar with this franchise. Some people are saying they were wishing for a red in the palette. I personally think that if they put a red in the palette, it would be too similar to the Chucky palette that they had last year. I feel like the Chucky palette might be in stock. I'll bring out the Chucky palette as well when I'm doing my first impression of this collection, and we can see. And there are a highlighter duo. I think there's like some cheek, there's some lips, there's a mirror. There are some fun things in this one, and we'll have a closer look at it in my video. But just know that this is launching today. I don't know if it's gonna sell out or not. Glamlite did say that they had quite a lot of stock of it, but just know that the Chucky palette did sell out when it launched. So just assume that there's gonna be a lot of people on the Glamlite website. Just letting you know. And if you don't want to use my code, that's perfectly fine, but make sure to use a code so you can get some money off in case you were interested in this launch. There are 2 indie releases that have already launched, and I had them in my videos this week. One of them being the Warlock palette by Fenty Cosmetica. I did let you know when we saw the sneak peek last week. I already knew that it was going to be the Warlock palette because the brand had already told me that they were sending it to me in PR. And if you want to see my thoughts on this palette, and now that I've looked at other people's review of this palette, my dog is howling at the postman. It is okay, Kaisa. He is allowed to be here. Okay? You want to oh yes, you tell him. Yeah, you live here, not him. You tell him. Okay, you don't need to be such a grumpy girl. So I watched a couple of other people's reviews or thoughts about this palette, and I think that I might have the unpopular opinion. So if you want to get like just a second opinion about this palette, I would say check out my video. But just know that always when you're buying stuff, unless you know that you have the exact same taste as the person like reviewing or testing the makeup, always get a second opinion, because like don't be spending your money on stuff that you don't know that you're gonna like or not. What are you doing, sweetie? Are you that upset? Was he that mean? How dare he? How dare he be on our patio? The other one is the new Elemental Blast palettes by Game Beauty. These came as a little bit of a surprise, and I ended up being able to film with them before they released, and they released this Wednesday. So if you were interested in seeing these, that video, my god, sweetie, that video was on Wednesdays if you want to see what I think about these. I honestly was pleasantly surprised with these, especially the green and the purple one. I think are absolutely beautiful. I know. So if you were interested in these, that was Wednesday's video. I haven't seen anything from Game Beauty in a bit. I thought it was really fun to see them release something fun as well. You don't need to be buffing. They left, okay? They left. They know that you are the owner of this house, and absolutely nobody is allowed to be here, not even the neighbors. I know. Another thing that is about to be upon us is the Unearthly Cosmetics Devour collection. This is their Halloween collection, and it is available for a pre-order now, and the shipment is going out on October 15th. The owner of Unearthly, Amanda, was very, very sweet, and she sent me one of her copies. So that video, I'm gonna be trying, that is out for delivery today. Well, I'm not making any sense whatsoever. So that collection, I will either have a video today or I will have a video maybe even yesterday, but there will be a video coming on that one as well. That is two of the collections that I'm promising you that I'm gonna be making videos on, is the Glamlite Ghost Face and the Unearthly Devour collection. I'm gonna make something of those because there are two brands that I really love, two brands whose makeup I usually really, really enjoy, and you seem to enjoy their stuff as well. So that will be coming soon on my channel. I have told you before, Ricardo's dad and partner is here. I think I've told you. They're here visiting, and one of the things that they wanted to do is they wanted to see the Grand Canyon. I will be honest with you, there is nothing I want less than to leave my house right now. I really would just like to be home, but I'm going to the Grand Canyon. So there will not be a new makeup releases next Friday because apparently I'm in the Grand Canyon. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it when I'm there, but I'm just very stressed, and I just honestly, are you allowed to say I kind of wish I wasn't going? But I'm sure I'm gonna, you have that when sometimes you're like, you feel ungrateful because you're going on something that like, you know you're gonna love it when you're there, but you kind of feel so stressed that you wish you didn't have to go. That's how I feel about that. So I will have videos next week. I just don't know how many. There will not be a new makeup releases next week, but there will be one after, or maybe I'll do one on Sunday. Honestly, I don't know. But yeah, my life has been a mess, and if you watched my update about what's been going on in my life, my health update and everything, it was also live this week in case you want to see like a little peek behind the curtains. There's been a lot of things going on, and this is just like the cherry on top of things that are like, I really don't feel like I have the time and energy for this. But I will film with this Devour collection because I think it looks absolutely stunning. That one and the Ghost Face, I will be filming with that before I leave. One thing that is heading my way, but I will not have time to film with it before I go, is the new collection by Lethal Cosmetics. So this is the 2 Up collection, and it is a mini palette with 10 new shades, and it is a sister palette to the 1 Up palette, which was a bigger palette that was like also a gaming inspired. It was like a I was gonna say pinball machine, but that's not true, an arcade game. And this is also a little bit of an arcade game, more like a Game Boy if we're gonna be honest. So that's why this is the mini palette, the Game Boy, the one you hold in your hand. I really like the 1 Up palette, and I'm super excited to be trying the 2 Up palette. I just don't think I'll have time to do that before I come back after this trip that other people have been planning for me, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. There are also 10 water activated, it says magnetic liners, but basically they're little pans, so you can put them in any of your palettes that you have with Lethal Cosmetics, or you can put them in like a palette on their own, and they're split pan, and I am very, very excited to be trying these out as well. I don't think I requested, because what I really like about Lethal Cosmetics, and some other brands do this as well, they always contact you before a launch and they're like, what things do you want to try? I really like that. I really, really like that. And then there are the activator drops, and I don't remember. Oh, there's some nail stickers as well. And I said, you don't need to give me nail stickers because I always get my nails done at a salon. It would just be a waste on me. But I will be showcasing these in some kind of a video. Maybe I'll do another one, because yesterday's video was the 4 indie palettes, 4 looks. I love doing one of those, just collecting indie releases in one video where you can skip between. I always put them in different chapters for different releases so that you can skip between or watch a look again or see some swatches. And I'm thinking I might do that again when I get back, in case you are interested. please let me know how you feel about that. I am intrigued to trying this one. I will say, looking at it, I can see that there is a little bit of dead space in the palette. And I understand it's like, you know, a design choice to make the shades like this, but I kind of wish that we didn't have the dead space. That's just me. That's just me. Maybe I'll feel differently when I see it. This was just an initial reaction. We've also been able to see, and I talked about this last week, this is the front of the new Glaminatrix palette. And like I told you then, I think, because I have no idea what this palette was going to be when I talked about it, I said that I thought it was going to be Glaminatrix, their take on pinky neutrals, and it seems to be that. It's called Rich Romantic, and it is very pretty. It's launching on October 7th. This palette is in customs right now, so I'm thinking, do you want me to include that palette as well? I also have another palette by Bella Beauté Bar that I didn't have time to include in the video yesterday, the Basic Witch palette. I could also include that one. I also have the palette by Adept Cosmetics. I bought it, the Cimmerian Sunset. Oh, I think Adept Cosmetics gave me a discount code as well. So if you want to shop through the Adept Cosmetics website and save some money, you can now use the code Angelica and get a little money off. Also letting you know about that in case you're interested. So maybe I can include that palette as well. So I already have 4 palettes that I could do. Let me know how you think. This is a collection that first when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is fun, this is new, this is different, and this is from Charlotte Tilbury's Holiday 2023. But I think the only reason why I feel that way is because this is a different format for Charlotte Tilbury, a 9-pan palette, the blush and highlighter duo. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't think I need this. There are more shimmers than mattes in the palette. I prefer when there's like a little bit more mattes than shimmers. The face duos look pretty, but like I don't need any of this. All the gift sets are stuff that like I either already own or I actively chose not to buy. So I think that even though I think that this is cute and even though I think that this is different, I have to like just look at it through the eyes of like, this is different for Charlotte Tilbury, but it's not different enough to be exactly what I'm looking for. I love a lot of cheek products and lip products from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm sure that if I bought the cheek duos, I would love them. I'm sure of that. But do I need them? Do I need another cheek duo from her? I'm still enjoying and using it. I even have it here in front of me. Look at how much I've been using the Pillow Talk, the highlighter. I don't need to buy that again. You know, we all need to be smarter with our money, and this is where I'm saving. Speaking of the poofy makeup, this is from Makeup Revolution, and this is the matte blushes, and I really do like the Makeup Revolution, the poofy makeup. I feel like their quality is really good. I feel like they have that bigger poof that you can actually use on your face, and I think it's a smart idea for them to release some matte blushes, because if they're trying to dupe the Charlotte Tilbury formula and the whole thing, it makes sense they would release some matte ones as well. It seems like they have a light, medium, and a deep one. I don't need this, but if this is as good quality as their other liquid products, I'm sure that this is going to be a pretty good, yeah, $9. I feel like this could be a really good idea if you want to try a matte blush with that applicator. A holiday collection that we've seen now is the Morphe brushes holiday collection, and this is the Artistry Unwrapped. I feel like when it comes to holiday collections, Morphe is basically the drugstore version of Too Faced. They release pretty much the same holiday collection each year. I think it's pretty giftable. I'm sure that people would enjoy getting this if you're the kind of person that doesn't buy a lot of makeup for yourself. But the only shade in this palette that looks even remotely interesting is that bright burgundy in the big palette, and that's a pressed glitter. So this is the easiest no of this season. Ooh, we need to talk about the Melt and Nightmare Before Christmas collection. I saw a lot of people being super interested in this one, and I have watched the Nightmare Before Christmas a couple of times. I will say I'm not familiar enough with the movie to know if this is a perfect color scheme or not, but I will say, just based on initial thought, I think that it's weird that it's not a white and a black in this, because I feel like this is the collection to put a white and a black in. I also feel like, of course, maybe you don't want to include that in all of your releases, but Melt doesn't have a lot of white and black shades in their collections, and I feel like this could have been a good like option to put in. The lipsticks look beautiful. It's a dark orange and a dark burgundy. There are two of those pot liners. They're both orange. They look really beautiful. There's a highlighter, there's a makeup bag. For me, the jumbled pans doesn't bother me when it's like an active choice for the palette that's also a little crooked. So the palette's a little crooked, the shades are a little crooked. It kind of makes sense with the theme. I don't mind that because there's not a lot of dead space. So for me, it's like that was a design choice, and I feel like in this instant, it kind of makes sense. First when I saw this, okay, I love Melt. I've always loved Melt, but I kind of fell out of love with Melt the past couple of years. I feel like their quality is not the same that I'm used to, and I also don't feel like they're as innovative. Here's the thing, they're as innovative as they always were, but they didn't grow and become more innovative. Like, they didn't follow the trends. They didn't grow and become even more innovative with time. It's like they reached their peak, and they're still innovative in 2016-17 measurements. Does this make sense? So this color story, I don't hate it, but I'm also not super intrigued by it. And I feel like I'm gonna skip. I have a lot of makeup here that I'm super excited to be creating with. And I also will say, my favorite kind of content to do is just sitting down and playing with indie eyeshadow palettes, which is definitely not the content that gets views on YouTube right now. But there's no need for me to buy makeup to review when I already have so much interesting makeup to review here at home, and when reviews are not the things that are the most interesting for you. If you have anything that you would like me to do, and I know that people say like, oh, I want to see like single shadows. I don't have, like, I've actually given away a lot of my single shadows. My single shadow collection is not what it used to be, and it's also not the content that interests me right now. I would like to film something that's interesting for me as well, and I'm just personally not that interested in single shadows unless it's from a brand that like I'm very intrigued by. Lethal Cosmetics, Cleonad. So that's not the kind of content that I want to do, but if there's any subjects or like things that you would like me to dive into or discuss, do let me know. I'm open for suggestions, and I think that I will just try to be smarter and not buy things to review when you're not necessarily super interested in seeing me review, doing dedicated reviews. I hope that this makes sense. So all of that to say, I think I won't be buying this. I also think this will be the exact same reason that I didn't buy the new Anastasia palette. I didn't buy the new Pat McGrath that's also available right now. I think I'm just opting out. I'm sneaking out the back door, and I feel almost naughty because I'm like, am I not supposed to give you opinions about new makeup? But like, I don't know if I want to. This is releasing on Monday the 2nd. Maybe you're super interested. I understand that if this is your franchise, you're probably super, super interested. But I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I feel like it. Another collab that is available as you're watching this, it released yesterday, and I don't know if this is sold out or not, because I know the first Colourpop and Sailor Moon was very, very, very popular, and it did sell out, and now round 2 is coming, and this is the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Colourpop collection. I think that this looks super cute, and this is also being delivered to me. I don't know if they're restocking the old one or not, but the picture that I'm showing you here is showing the old collection with the new. It makes me believe that maybe they're actually restocking the old one as well. I never got the old one. I'm sure they're going to be beautiful together. I think one is leaning a little bit more on the cooler side, and one is leaning a little bit more on the warmer side. They're both a little bit more ethereal, pastel-y, which I think is a nice break, because Colourpop has had some neutral things, and then they also had that darker, more moody Haunted Mansion, so this is like a nice break from that. There's a purple blush in here that I think a lot of people would really like, or is it a blush or a highlighter? I'm not 100% sure if it's a blush or a highlighter. There's some lip products. Again, this is one of those that I don't hate it, and I think it's smart for them to do a round 2 because the first one was so popular. Would I have bought it if it wasn't sent to me? Probably not. Not because I think it looks ugly, but because I am a little overwhelmed with makeup. Maybe I can talk a little bit about, I'm thinking about bringing my vlog camera to Grand Canyon. I've never seen it. Maybe you haven't seen it either. Maybe I can bring it. I can see you. We're actually doing a road trip through 3 states. I know this is quite the adventure, and maybe I can bring you along. My husband has planned this entire trip. And he is so excited about it. So I'm trying to be excited for him. I'm just a little overwhelmed. But maybe I can talk about the trip and use this collection, because this will probably not, I will probably not have time for this before I leave, but I can put some pictures up on Instagram. So check my Instagram to see if you want to see what it looks like. Oh, I almost forgot. The Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin, which is my bestie, their palette is restocking. It's been sold out for quite some time, and it is back, and it is coming today. It's restocking today. And again, Adept Cosmetics, you can use my code Angelica and you can save some money off. I totally forgot about this, but I saved this picture because I am a mess and I always forget. Are you the same? Listen, if I don't write it down, it's not happening. I have a calendar and I need to write everything down. Like, I write it down physically. If I don't write it down, if I don't save pictures on my phone, it's not happening. I am the worst. I can't remember anything nowadays, and I feel like it might be the stress that's getting to me, but like I can't seem to remember anything. And I'm so happy I saved this picture because I don't want to forget. It's restocking today. If you wanted to get your hand on this palette before it sells out again, link will be down below. I feel like I'm gonna be so hypocritical saying this, but you remember some months ago when Tarte was releasing some of those pH balancing, the Click glosses, and I was like, who asked for this? I'm so over this. So I bought one of them and I love it. And I've been using it a lot, and they're releasing more shades, and I'm like, I might buy 1 or 2. I'm like, please. I even think my thumbnail said like, make it stop, and I'm like, ooh, new shades. I will say, with that being said, this is a lovely jelly clear gloss with a little bit of a tint that goes on beautiful on the lips, and it's a little cooling. So it is a minty cooling plumping effect. It's beautiful on the lips. It's been wonderful throughout the warm days. I absolutely love the one I have. I want to get another one, but I will say, please, Tarte, for the love of everything holy, can we get these without the pH changing thing? Because I feel like this would be such a hit with like neutral shades that are not milky. Jelly, not milky, because the other ones they have, they're a little milky. They have a little bit more of an opaque color, but these jelly, see-through, barely there colors, they're so wonderful on the lips. I think I might get one. So all of the shades that you are seeing here, they have that pH changing thing. So they do change a little bit. Oh, actually, let me change to this picture so you can see all of the different ones. The one that I have is Clementine, the orangey one. I know, shocker. It's the surprise of a century. So I have the orangey one, and I'm thinking I might get you see that limeade one? It seems like it's going from since the green is gonna clash with the pink pH, it almost makes it a little bit of a rusty orange, and I'm like, I might do that, or the lemonade, the yellowy one. But yeah, there are even more coming, and I'm a hypocrite because I said nobody wants these and please make it stop. But now I'm like super excited because there are more shades, because surprise, surprise, they're amazing. I cannot for the life of me understand why Jared 2, I don't remember the second guy, why they decided to start Polite Society after selling Too Faced if they're just gonna do the exact same thing. Like, this holiday palette is the Too Faced holiday palette from 10 years ago, mauvey pinks with a pop of turquoise. This wasn't even fun 5 years ago with Too Faced. What in the absolute world makes you think that this is going to be like I don't know, a viral product for you? And also it's called Santa Knows When You're Being a Bitch. Please stop. Please stop. Go home, you're drunk, nobody wants to see this. This has me a little bit intrigued because this is new shades coming off the Fenty Icon Velvet Liquid Lipsticks. these shades that came out with this, when this formula launched, I think all of them were pretty pinky or all of them were pretty dark. And I prefer more either a warm leaning, like an orangey or a warmer red, or I prefer something that's like brown. And they're releasing new shades, and this is just 5 more neutrally shades going from a lighter to a deeper, and I think all of these look really nice, and it completes the range a bit. And I've heard that this formula is fantastic. Both Ali and Heather, I'm fairly sure both of them have said this formula is beautiful, and it makes me go like, I feel like we're having the revival of liquid lipsticks. Like they're coming back, but just with more sophisticated, actually comfortable formulas, and I am all about that. So yeah, I might actually, this is one of those things that if it's in stock when the Sephora sales comes, which I think is going to be mid-October, this is me guessing, I feel like this is one of those things that might slip into my basket because I've heard such good things about the formula. Oh, this one is available too. I almost forgot to talk about this. This is the What's Up Beauty. They've released 2 highlighters. These are the Serengeti highlighters. I use these in my life update, health update video if you want to see them on. Honestly, the formula was really, really beautiful. I personally prefer something that's a little warmer, but on the skin, it looked like a really nice champagne. I thought this was a really beautiful formula. And these are available. I think they're dropping, yeah, they're dropping today. Oh, they're dropping noon today. So they're available in a couple of hours. The imprint, the embossing of these are truly beautiful. So if you're the kind of person that really enjoys seeing a beautiful embossing, this might be for you. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the Sickly Sweet palette by Blend Money Cosmetics. I don't think that I showed you, I don't know if I showed you the inside of this one last week, or did I? Now I'm like confused. Did I? Let me go and look at my own thumbnail. Did I have the actual one in there? No, I didn't. I only show you the outside because when I filmed that video, they haven't showed the inside. But it's called the Sickly Sweet, and it is Blend Money's take on a pastel palette, and it's made to be a little jumbled up to apparently look like a bowl of candy or something. This, I could be making this up. She's just trying something new. Honestly, love it or hate it, at least she's trying something new. I did have a dedicated video to this release. It is live now. The video is live and the collection is live, and that was last Sunday. If you want to see some swatches, if you want to see 2 looks, and just even if you don't want to buy this palette, it's 2 looks with pastel shades in case you want to get some inspiration of how to incorporate more pastels. Lawless is releasing a limited edition Little Lady Daisy collection, and it is just new shades of her already existing product. I really love the Forget the Filler lip plumper. It is again also a cooling lip gloss, and it is so comfortable and juicy and just pillowy on the lips, and it is a cooling one. Really, really do enjoy it. I don't mind more colors. I actually have, I think this is actually probably, oh, there's a plastic on this one. This one and the Vanilla Cherry are probably my favorite colors. They have a little bit more color to them. This is from the watermelon one. Smells like watermelon. Absolutely beautiful. So I don't know, the Daisy one seems to be more, it seems to be 2 shimmery shades and one like just a milky peach. And then there are a new shade in the lipstick and the lip liners. The lipsticks are beautiful. I even have, again, I have one here in front of me because I keep reaching for it. This is the Tropic one. Absolutely beautiful. And the lip liners I actually don't like. I'm just letting you know, there are way better lip liners on the market than the Lawless Beauty ones. They're too creamy, they don't dry down, they're not transfer resistant, so I definitely would recommend another lip liner. But if you like any of the colors of the other lip products, those are really good quality. Oh, I think I forgot to talk about this last week. I feel like this, okay, I did a video that was like these brands are in the flop area, and I mentioned Melt, and I wonder if this collection could be their coming back, like their comeback to being like hip and cool again. It all depends on the hype the brand is able to create around this collection, if it sells out, if a lot of people talk about it. And I feel the same about this one. This is the Moondust palette by Urban Decay. I honestly think that this is one of the smartest releases I've seen from Urban Decay in a really long time. I personally, do I have any of the Moondust shadows? I don't think I have any. I've had one at one time. I gave it away. A friend of mine loves her Space Cowboy. That was like her going out shade for a really, really long time. And this is just 2 quads with the shadows in there. And I am not 100% 100%. It says these 4 shadows are inspired by the iconic Space Cowboy. And then it is the Galactic Cowgirl. So I'm not 100% sure if these are all new shades, but it is Cosmic Cowgirl, Cowgirl Warrior, Cowgirl Rider, Emo Cowboy. Okay. And then it is the Star Cowgirl, Space Cowboy, Wild Dipper Rides Again, and Cosmic Space Dust. And from what I gathered, again, I'm not a aficionado on these shadows. Some of these are new shades and some are existing shades, but these are so hyped. I feel like this is the only really viral or super hyped product or product that Urban Decay has had that actually sells out for a bit, if we're gonna be honest. And I think it's so smart to get them into these quads. I think these are gonna sell like hotcakes. I think these are gonna be super, super popular. And I wonder if this could be the beginning of more exciting palette launches for them. Because I feel like if they were to do 6 pans with 4 mattes and 2 of these like Moondust shadows, I feel like that could be something for them. So I really, really hope that, I don't know, I think that this could be a hit for them. I might be wrong. Let me know what you think, but I think that this is going to be very, very viral and very popular. When are these coming? They're available in Asia right now. I'm not 100% sure if they are available here yet, but we will try and track them down and put them in the description box. There's also an upcoming, well, apparently these are available in store because there was someone who tagged me in a TikTok or a reel, I don't remember which one, but someone had found these at a Sephora. So these are the new holiday releases from Patrick Ta Beauty. It is a face and eye palette and it is a plumping lip gloss. The face and eye palette is $65, which seems to be a pretty typical Patrick Ta price. I think the pink chrome is very beautiful and very 2023, honestly. There are 4 cheek products, and instead of doing 6 cheek products that he always does, he's put in a quad of more sparkly topper shadows. That's not something I want. I don't want that. I don't want that mix for blushes and for like, I don't want that at all. But I think there are a lot of people out there that will look at that and be like, wow, what a cute combo. This is exactly what I want. Because again, I'm telling you, the kind of dry sparkly topper shades such as Moondust, that is what Moondust is. It's a dry sparkly topper shade. That is what I'm thinking this is as well. So I think it's smart for him to tap into that trend. I also feel like he had some other topper shades. Let me see. These ones. They're also Patrick Ta, right? Yeah, these are Patrick Ta major multi-dimensional eye toppers. These are also part of his holiday collection. These are available now. It is a gold sparkle and a white sparkle. This is giving me... Remember when everyone was talking about those sparkle toppers from Inglot? 2000, I don't know, 15, 16, 17? This is giving me that. Listen, I am all here for the renaissance of 2016 makeup. I'll be the first in line, so I'm not mad about it. Am I gonna buy this? Absolutely not, but Patrick Ta seems to be able to do no wrong. He is right now one of the golden childs of the beauty community, so I'm sure that all the TikTok girlies are gonna be buying this, and listen, you enjoy it. Nabla is releasing a lip mask. This is the Viper lip mask. This is a clinically tested intensive lip treatment that takes care of your lips, improving their look and feel. Apparently it has a bunch of ingredients that's just very nourishing for your lips, and wow, there is a long things in here to help. And yeah, it is available now. I will link it down below. I am not big on like lip treatments, but I know some people go through them like they go through water. I don't really suffer from dry lips. I feel like if I suffered from dry lips, I'd probably feel different, but I'm sure this is going to be a hit for the brand because when people, if it's a good one, because when people love lip treatments, they love lip treatments. There are also some new releases from Shroud Cosmetics. They're doing a restock of some of their palettes, and they are also releasing some Peaches and Dreams blushes. They look absolutely stunning, and if I don't receive this in PR, I will definitely be buying that orangey one. That one I will buy because it is so me, it is so beautiful. I think they're absolutely wonderful. And then there are 3 luminous blushes and 2 super sparkly highlighters. My bad. So it is a luminous orange blush. You know I gotta get that. And then there are some nail polishes, which I don't know if they've done nail polishes before, but fun for them to getting into something new. I will link it down below. This is restock and launch is September 30th. This is very, very cute. This is the Gucci Beauty Holiday 2023. These are so beautiful. I almost went online to go look for that bronzer because look at that packaging. And then I remembered I have bronzers already that I love. I was wearing this one today, actually, the Pat McGrath bronzer. It's so good. I really, really like mine. I have it in Bronze Dawn. I really enjoy mine, and it's like I don't need another bronzer. I really do not, but the packaging is stunning. And then the lipsticks are the matte lipsticks, and that packaging, this is probably, according to me, the most beautiful holiday packaging of this year. Absolutely stunning. Really, really love it. Is this available? Coming soon. I will try and see where they'll be able to get them, and I will link it down below. And then am I gonna end this episode because we've been talking for so long and I need to like blot my face. I'm so warm in front of these lights. But let's talk about this new collaboration between Makeup Revolution and It. And I am so worried that they are gonna botch this because I feel like so many people love the It movie. And I'm just like, are they gonna botch this? Are people gonna show up at the Makeup Revolution headquarters with like pitchforks? I really, really hope that they're not botching this, but if you love the It movie, just know that Makeup Revolution is doing a collab with them for Halloween. And even if the makeup is awful, one thing that Makeup Revolution has been really good at lately is coming up with really cute accessories with the different collabs they're doing. So maybe there can be a makeup bag or a headband or something like that. Just know those sell out extremely quickly. So if you were interested in this, I would say keep an eye open, maybe sign up for the newsletter. I will leave the website link down below. I don't know what to make of this, but I'm a little worried that people are gonna be upset. Let me know what you think. I feel like I'm like all sweaty. It is really, really warm outside. It is about 32 Celsius outside. I have no idea what that means. It's in the 90s. And Ricardo's dad and partner is by the pool. That's for reference. And I'm in here filming and I am dying. Anyways, please let me know what you think about all of these releases. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe because I will have a couple of more videos up before I leave. And even if it's sparse with videos while I'm gone, I'm doing the best I can here. My whole life has been just chaos as of late, but after that, I'm gonna be home, I'm gonna be working, I'm gonna be playing video games, I'm gonna take it chill. And thank you again, Cosmetica, for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. I will get back to you when I have even more results to show you, and I hope you're having an amazing Friday. There will be a live later today, there will be a member tutorial this weekend, and if nothing else, I will see you in my next one. Bye!